What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Game Week 38 FPL Challenge video. My name is Ryan from the Football Chatbox, and today we're going to be looking at my draft for Game Week 38 Challenge, the final day, where you can only select a maximum of one player per club. This wasn't as easy as it seemed, to be honest. So I'm going to kind of explain my decision. So in goal, I've gone for Onana. In defense, I've gone Ben White, Trent, and Region. In midfield, I've gone for Palmer, Olise, Foden, Son, and Callum Hudson-Odoi. And up front, I've gone for Muniz and Isak. And on the bench, I got Muric, Watkins, Senesi, and Brantwaite. So basically, the teams I have not selected were Brighton against United, just because if I wanted to pick it, I'd probably Joe Pedro potentially as the option. Maybe I could still actually go for him. But then I've gone for Onana in goal, just hoping that maybe they some miracle they keep a clean sheet. So I haven't picked Brighton. I've not picked Wolves. Because who would I go? Maybe Cunha, probably. Again, same thing. I could probably go for Cunha potentially, but I've just gone for assuming Liverpool will do well. I haven't picked Luton. Again, there aren't that many standouts, so that's why I haven't picked anyone. I haven't picked West Ham because I'm assuming City potentially keep West Ham to a very low scoring situation. If I had to pick one, it would be Bowen and no one else. And I haven't picked Sheffield United. So those are the 5 teams that I haven't picked. Everyone else I've picked a team. Onana I picked in goal because of the reasons being that the other teams that I think like the teams most likely to keep a clean sheet, Arsenal. I would probably rather have an Arsenal outfield player than a goalkeeper in rare. City because I'd rather have a City attacker. Chelsea, rather have a Chelsea attacker. Like any team that is likely to keep a clean sheet, I would also like kind of want them to. I would want to get their attackers as well, kind of situation. Like even Crystal Palace against Aston Villa, I would want to have a Crystal Palace attacker. Everton are not going to keep a clean sheet, so not going to have that there. So United are the team that maybe has a tiny chance of keeping a clean sheet. But at the same time, I don't mind having Onana over the attackers kind of situation, if that makes sense. So that's one of the reasons why I've gone for Onana in goal. I've gone for Ben White over the Arsenal midfielders because Everton are still a pretty good defensive team. And I think Arsenal, given again, like we said, one of the most very close to nailed on clean sheets that we are expecting. So I've got to have at least one Arsenal defender, and I've gone for Ben White just because of the attacking threat. Could go for Gabriel as well, but gone for Ben White in this case to see whether he'll get some like assist or something. Then I've gone for Trent. Now Salah is an option. But if I go Salah, and as you can see, I've got Senesi and Brantwaite on the bench. I'm like, finding a defender who maybe could also keep a clean sheet isn't as easy. So I've gone Trent because set pieces and assist potential to keep a clean sheet as well. And Salah hasn't looked as great as well. So because of that, I've gone for Trent. Region because Brentford at home they do keep a decent defense. They're pretty good defensively at home, and Region bonus points, potential for assist. So that's one of the reasons as well. So I've tried to get attacking defenders as much as possible. And obviously midfield, I think Palmer, Olise, Foden, Son, they kind of speak for themselves in terms of their fixtures. And I've gone for Callum Hudson-Odoi, who's had some pretty decent form recently and has Burnley up as well. And up front, I've gone for Isak, who I think could be a still option because Newcastle have something to play for. I know a lot of people in the main game mode are thinking of benching him, but I've gone for him just because of penalties. If we get news that Callum Wilson is starting, I might actually switch it to Callum Wilson instead. And I've gone for Muniz against Luton because I think Luton will anyway try to go and attack in their final game at home. And that should potentially give some space for Fulham to counter. And I think Muniz could benefit from that. Watkins is on the bench at the moment. I could have had Chris Wood instead of Callum Hudson-Odoi, but I prefer Callum Hudson-Odoi. I could have had Cunha maybe instead of Watkins, but I just added Watkins in there. It doesn't really matter because these are the 11 who are going to play. The bench doesn't really matter for this week, so I just put the bench just there for the sake of it. But yeah, these are the main 11 that I've kind of gone with. I don't know who I would replace. Maybe I could like bench a Hudson Odoi and start another forward. But I like the Hudson Odoi pick for the Burnley game. Let me know what you guys think. This is my team. Have I missed anything? Obviously, there are options elsewhere. For a lot of the attacking teams, there are different options. Like City, you could go Haaland instead. You don't need to go Son for Spurs, but you could only say instead of Crystal Palace, you can go Eze, Mateta. There's so many options in from Crystal Palace. And then obviously, like I said, Liverpool as well, there are options. So let me know what you guys think about this, and thank you all for watching. If you reached up to this point, please do hit that like button and subscribe. We're trying to get to 800 subscribers, and with your help we can get there. And I will be live streaming 2 hours before the deadline this week for the game week 38 deadline stream, and we'll also be having a watch along on the final day when the games are being played as well. So stay tuned, lots of content to come on the Sunday, and I'll see you all then. Peace out, everyone.